Hey y'all, it's Amanda, and today I'm going to be talking about the seeds I'm going to be starting in the month of March. And this is going to be indoor seeds versus outdoor sowing. Okay, a lot of gardeners think March means starting everything indoors, but that's actually not the best approach in my personal opinion. Some seeds do better indoors, and some seeds actually perform better when they're sowed directly outside. So today I'm showing you the seeds I start indoors in March and the seeds I skip the trays for and plant directly outside. Okay, so why is March a great transition month? In Zone 8, in my Zone 8, Texas, North Texas Zone 8, days are getting longer. Soil temps are warming, spring flowers are blooming, and warm season planting is getting closer and closer. And it's crazy to me to think that I've been working on all of these cool weather seeds for so long and that now it's time to start transitioning to warm season seeds. So March becomes a transition between indoor seed starting and outdoor sowing. This is the month where the garden really starts waking up. Now there's a couple of things I want to share with you prior to going over exactly what seeds I'll be starting. The first one is why I don't always follow the weeks before frost charts. And you guys all know what I'm talking about. The seed packets, they often say start seeds 4 to 6 weeks before the last frost. Start seeds 8 weeks before the last frost. But those charts are assuming one thing. They are assuming that you want to transplant the moment frost is over. And that's not always the case in my personal opinion. Those charts are designed for the earliest possible transplant date, not necessarily the best date for you and your garden. So reasons I sometimes wait on those start dates where I don't follow those suggested start dates. Beds are still full of cool season crops and I don't have anywhere to put, new seedlings. Early spring flowers are still blooming and I'm not ready to pull them out. Temperatures are still fluctuating up and down, and for these warmer season crops, you definitely have to have some consistent temperatures. And truthfully, my schedule is just full. I just have so much on my plate for the garden in the spring that I don't want to plant every potential seedling out at the same time. In real gardens, timing is often about practicality, not frost dates. And I wanted to make sure that I touched on that because just because a seed packet says start 3 to 4 weeks prior to your last frost doesn't mean you're too late to actually start it. Remember that it's really focusing on the earliest possible transplant date that you could have in your area. And for me, that transplant date doesn't always work for me. Transplanting later gives me more success in my garden and more success with my seedlings. So let's talk about seeds that I will start indoors in March. Remember, this is a really unusual time where we've got indoor seedlings going, but we're also direct sowing outside. So these plants benefit from a short indoor head start, but grow quickly. Now, some of these plants can also still be started outdoors. These are just the ones that I will be starting indoors to get a little bit of a jump on. The first one being celosia, which is one of my favorite cut flowers to grow. I do want to say this with a little bit of a warning. If you grow celosia in your gardens, it does reseed itself and will spread and come back year after year. I love that about celosia, but not everyone wants that. So be careful and harvest them prior to them producing seeds if you don't want them everywhere the next season. So a little bit about celosia, you can start it up to 4 to 6 weeks prior to your last frost. My last frost is this week and I'm just going to be starting it this next week. So that'll totally be fine because celosia thrives in warmer temps. When I'm starting this celosia indoors, it needs to be about 70 to 80 degrees to germinate. So I'll definitely have it on a heat mat. It takes 7 to 14 days to germinate, so it can take a couple of weeks and needs light to germinate as well. So it will have to go under the grow lights for success. These transplant after all danger of frost is done. And I suggest these transplant after you have consistent temperatures when you're no longer dropping below about 50 degrees even during the night. Celosia grows quickly once temperatures rise, so March is a perfect start time for it. It definitely has to have warmer temps to produce. all of the self-seeded celosia that is out there, I won't start seeing that celosia probably to end of April into March. That's when those will start sprouting outside. All right, another seed I like to start indoors in March is basil, and I start a lot of varieties of basil, because I don't just use basil for culinary purposes, I also use it as a greenery and a filler for my cut flower arrangements. It smells amazing and it does beautifully during the hottest points of the year. So I love having lots of varieties of basil within my garden. So basil, you can start it up to 4 to 6 weeks before the last frost, but remember, my last frost is this week and I'm just now going to be starting it. It needs to be about 70 to 80 degrees to germinate. So indoors, I will have to put it on a heat mat, and it takes 5 to 10 days to germinate. Basil seedlings are the sweetest, tiniest, gorgeous little seedlings. They're super fun to start. Purple basil gives you these little bitty tiny purple seedlings. They are so fun. And of course, you want to transplant these after the nights stay above 50 degrees. Basil literally hates cold soil. So I usually wait until temps are relatively warm prior to planting it outside. Okay, marigolds are up next on my list, and you can start these up to 4 to 5 weeks prior to your last frost if you want. They need to be at about 70 to 80 degrees to germinate as well, so I will be having to start these on a heat mat. And these cannot be transplanted outside until you are definitely clear of a frost. Marigolds thrive in the heat, they thrive in the humidity, and so waiting a little bit longer into the season to plant them out gives them better success. Marigolds grow so quickly that starting them too early just means babysitting them longer. And a lot of these kind of warm season crops, they don't like to be inside very long. They only want to be inside for a very short week or two prior to getting moved out. If they're growing inside in these kind of drier conditions, they don't tend to do as well as if you have them outside. All right, and then last on my list of seeds I'm starting indoors for March are impatiens. Now, impatiens are kind of slow growers, and these impatiens take a lot of patience to grow them. So you can start these 8 to 10 weeks prior to your last frost. Like I said, I'm just now starting mine now, which means I'm not going to get them planted out till probably May would be my guess at this point. They need to be at about 70 to 75 degrees in order to germinate, so they will need a heat mat inside, and they take about 10 to 20 days to germinate. Don't give up on them too early because they do take a little bit longer than most. I love growing impatiens from seed because they're so easy to grow, and then it's a ton of color for my shade garden for a very small amount of money. Reminder, impatiens take patience, but they reward you with beautiful shade color. And there's nothing compared to those bright, beautiful tones in my shade garden. All right, let's talk about seeds I direct sow outside in March. And direct sowing process is literally where I'm taking the seed and planting it directly in the soil outside in the garden. That is direct sowing. Some plants simply perform better when they are sown directly into the garden. Typically, any kind of plant with a tap root, a big main strong root that goes down, they like to be sown directly out there. Typically, plants that have a little bit more delicate root system and don't want to be messed with, they prefer to be sown directly outside. So let's talk about the plants that I will be direct sowing this year. Zinnias, hands down, my number one thing I will direct sow outside. They prefer direct sowing by far. After the soil begins to warm and danger of frost is over, I don't typically like to direct sow zinnias till the very end of March. That's typically when I like to get them out there, and that's when we start hitting temps where they feel triggered to actually germinate. They typically have to have soil temps between 70 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I want to point out once again, that is the soil temp, not the air temp. The soil temp has to be 70 to 80 degrees in order for it to germinate. They take about 3 to 7 days to germinate, so super quick, which is really fun. It's almost instant gratification, which I love. But why direct sow these zinnias? They dislike root disturbance. They don't like to be messed with once they've started growing. They grow very quickly, so keeping them inside doesn't really make much sense, especially for a lot of the taller varieties that I like to grow for cut flowers, and they establish stronger roots if they are sown directly outside. All right, another plant that I will be direct sowing outside towards the end of March are sunflowers. And I love to get an early batch of sunflowers. I'll be really excited to get them out there. These direct sow once the soil is warm. So I typically aim toward the end of March. If I'm still having a cool spring, I'll still go ahead and direct sow them. And once the soil warms up to the correct temperature, then the seeds will germinate. The soil temperature needs to be about 70 to 80 degrees for sunflowers to germinate. And they germinate in about 7 to 10 days, so fairly quickly. These catch up incredibly fast when planted directly outside. Sunflowers are crazy fast growers, which is why it doesn't really make a lot of sense to start them inside. All right, and then one more that I like to sow directly outside is cosmos. Now, cosmos have given me heck for multiple years. I feel like they need just the right conditions, and I will say direct sowing them tends to work better than starting them inside. So I like to direct sow these early to mid-spring, so a little bit earlier into March, right around this time, as opposed to waiting towards the end like I do for the zinnias and sunflowers. There's something about those cosmos going through a little bit of a cold snap that really triggers them to grow well. These need to be in soil that is 70 to 75 degrees in order for these to germinate, and they take 7 to 10 days to germinate. Cosmos, I tend to grow a lot of the taller varieties, which doesn't make sense to start them inside because it just doesn't work size-wise. Now, all of these flowers I've just talked about with direct sowing, you can start them indoors, but don't grow them on a long time indoors. Get them to where they're a couple of inches tall and then plant them directly outside. So you can kind of get the best of both worlds if you prefer. However, those last three with the zinnias, the sunflowers, and the cosmos, I've just always had better results when I direct sow them outside. Okay, March is when indoor seed starting and outdoor planting start overlapping. And that's why I feel like March can be a tough month because we're working outdoors and indoors. So it can be a little bit tough. So getting organized on what seeds you're starting indoors as opposed to outdoors can make your gardening life a lot easier. So if you're starting seeds in March, you are not too late. In many cases, you're actually right on time, especially for these warm season crops. Plants started at the right time grow faster, stronger, and transplant better than seeds that are forced. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this, just seeing what I'm going to be growing in March. I'll do another video for April and May and throughout the year, just showing you different seeds that I'm starting. Now that I'm getting into the beginning of spring, that's when it triggers me to start my summer loving seeds. Inside or outside. And then once I hit summer, I'll be starting my fall loving seeds and so on and so forth. So keep that in mind. Once you hit the beginning of a season, you're going to go ahead and start seeds for the following season. It's a really good way to kind of keep yourself scheduled and to always have plants ready to go outside. Okay, I'd love to know what seeds you're starting this month. So tell me in the comments what's going in your trays and what is going straight into your garden. I'm always interested to hear what people are growing. Be sure to drop your zone and your location. I am Texas Zone 8. Let me know where it is that you're growing so that we can understand why you're starting what you're starting. And if you're like me and you would like to go on if you're like me and you're on a gardening journey and you would like to do that with some gardening friends, check out my Patreon community. It is just a bunch of people who love gardening. There is a free tier you can join in under, and there is a paid tier. For the paid tier, which is called Certified Mad Gardeners, you get access to lives, exclusive videos only available on Patreon, as well as group chats, photo sharing, and direct messaging to me for all of your gardening questions. All right, you all, as always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.